Security begins with how you acquire your mobile device. Perhaps your mobile device has been given to you by your company and you didn't play a role in choosing the source. But with the Bring Your Own Device movement or BYOD, even devices used for work purposes often begin as personal selections. As with any strong market, the mobile device market has traditional sales channels as well as non-traditional sales channels. Traditional sales channels usually include licensed retailers like Apple, Walmart, Best Buy and Costco, or service carriers like T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, and Verizon. Non-traditional sales channels include secondary market retail establishments as well as online venues like eBay and Craigslist. There are also secondary online markets for used device acquisition like Wacom and Swisscom. Or perhaps a friend or family member has upgraded to a new device and you plan to use the old one. Traditional retailers offer a trusted and supported channel from manufacturer to retailer. The relationships between the parties have been established by contracts and provides the buyer with a connection to the clean distribution of their device. With these channels, the buyer has the protection of legal recourse if a device is found to be faulty or fraudulent. Non-traditional markets are not contractually connected to the licensed selling of the mobile devices. Detached from the chain of trust and responsibility, these resellers can be stocking devices already compromised, previously owned or, more often, older and not yet equipped with the latest protections. Apple has made it easy to find local licensed resellers other than their own retail stores. A complete listing of Apple-authorized resellers can be found under the sales selection at the website locate.apple.com. This effort is more complicated with Android phones. Android is an open operating system and as such, Android phones are manufactured by several companies such as Samsung, Sony, HTC, and LG. Each of those manufacturers will have their own distribution channel. If you are interested in securely acquiring an Android device, it is wise to acquire the device at a major retail establishment near you. Whether you are an organization or an individual, it is best to acquire devices directly from the manufacturer or a licensed reseller. A clean acquisition channel is paramount to a secure device. When buying off-market devices, it is more likely that the devices have been tampered with, adjusted or may even contain unwelcome data to arrive at the best possible security outcome. Make sure devices come from a legitimate source. To support the secure life of mobile devices, you must dispose of them in a secure manner. The most secure way to dispose of your mobile device is to destroy it. Today, 25 states have electronics recycling laws. Similar legislation has been enacted by governments worldwide. When destroying a device, the goal is to destroy any residual data on the phone by destroying the device's working memory. What was once a phone simply becomes material for recycling. If you want to make some money from your device, most direct sellers will give you credit for old devices, even if the device shows evidence that liquid damage has occurred. In the past, Apple would refuse trade-ins with positive liquid indicator evidence. Now Apple will accept devices even if the liquid indicators are tripped, but will refuse devices with visible liquid damage. Although not the most secure, trading back into the retail channel is a good way to get back some of the value you spent on the device. An even less secure option is the thriving secondary market. You can resell your device using services like Gazelle, Glide by Maytronics, eBay, and Craigslist. There are, however, risks associated with selling your device back into a market. Although these services play a valuable role, they are services only and do not control the actions of the buyers or sellers. If your information is not removed from the device, you could be exposing yourself to attack, or if the buyer is not trustworthy, you could fall victim to fraud or theft. If you decide to trade in or resell, make sure you wipe your phone. Check any good memory or SIM card data stored on the device. No matter how you choose to dispose of a device, it is important to remember that clearing data before passing it on to another party is essential in maintaining personal security. Security on my mobile device begins with basic device access. Most devices will allow use without setting up security. However, it is now common practice for device manufacturers to nudge me toward the use of secure access when I'm initially setting up a device. For Android devices, access can be either through a swipe, pattern, PIN, password, or fingerprint. On an Apple device, I can set access security using a 4-digit numeric code, custom numeric code, custom alphanumeric code, or Touch ID where it is available. Without security measures, my device will be accessible immediately after I turn it on or wake it from sleep. Although this is certainly easy, it means my phone and what I do on it are all available to anyone holding it. This is akin to leaving home with your door unlocked. Leaving your phone with no security is not a good idea. Pattern security makes it just a bit more secure than no security. It's easy to witness and duplicate, and it has too limited a set of options. There are better options than using a pattern for Android device security. The most common security option is the PIN. Research has shown 10% of all 4-digit PINs are 1, 2, 3, 4. If we include 1, 1, 1, 1, and 0, 0, 0, 0, that number jumps to a staggering 20%. People often fail to set complex PIN numbers, and computers are really good at discovering sequences of numbers. Therefore, PIN 4-digit numeric and custom numeric options are not recommended for secure access. The best option by far is the passcode. Passcodes have the advantage of allowing a wider variety of characters. Passcodes can contain different kinds of characters, including lowercase, uppercase, numbers, special characters, and spaces. With such a large set of options, passcodes are the most secure. It is common to think that creative complex passcodes are safe. Frequently, special characters are used to try to make common words into complex passcodes. For example, the word password could be made more complex with symbols, capital letters, and numbers. However, this is not much more difficult for a computer to decipher. The most secure and easiest to remember passwords are a string of words with numbers, symbols, and capital letters. So for this video, I'm going to use the string 2 little ideas exclamation point. That is difficult for both humans and computers to hack. More than patterns, pins, or passcodes, your unique biology can now be used to verify your identity. And first on the scene is the biomarker we have used for some time now, fingerprints. Fingerprints are unique and provide a level of secure access computers can't hack. However, neither platform allows for fingerprint access alone. I must set up my devices with both a complex passcode and a fingerprint ID. Unlike other options, fingerprint access is not something they can reproduce just by watching you do it. However, not all device models offer fingerprint functionality. Initial fingerprint security measures were broken by research groups just to show that it can be defeated with the right tools. Manufacturers have added additional security measures like requiring a password after so many attempts or a reboot. If you want to keep the average person out of your phone, fingerprint security should work just fine. If absolute security is your bottom line, a complex passcode is the best option. In order to offer the fingerprint option, the phone must store your fingerprint. Once fingerprint recognition is set up, you can use it as a secure way to unlock the device, make purchases, and sign into your accounts. After setting up the proper secure access for my device, it is important that I also set up a second validation for the account I will use with it. In both Android and iOS, this means setting up two-factor authentication. Each store requires me to set up an account to download free and purchased applications. It is important to note these accounts are intended to identify the account holder as the owner of all the games, books, music, movies, and applications purchased through the new digital delivery system. Therefore, it is important to consider how you are setting up the account. Also called two-step verification, this requires me to sign in with two pieces of information anytime I try to log on to a new device. my account password and a unique code sent to me by Google or Apple. Both Google and Apple have clear documentation on the setup and use of two-factor authentication. With two-factor authentication set up, I will also receive an access code to a trusted device when I want to change or make purchases to my Google Play or Apple App Store account. In order to set up the best security for my devices and services, I always set up two-factor authentication for both my Apple ID and my Google Play account.